Hello everyone. How to select and position security capabilities in distinct types of cloud deployment is critical to effective security. Cloud security deployments address logical security requirements, which themselves are generated from a combination of business needs, compliance needs, security frameworks and best practices. Selection of tooling using a combination of native security and vendor tools must address these requirements. However, how they are technically instantiated may be different from how security has been previously implemented in conventional data centers. Starting with Saas Security, you need to know how to address security requirements that will support the following. Interfacing with the cloud service. This includes knowing how the cloud service securely interfaces with your on-premises systems, with the internet and with other cloud services. Another important aspect of interfacing to understand well is securing the Cloud Administrative Management Console. Next, Cloud Identity and Access Controls. These can integrate and federate with on-premises equivalents or work alone. Defining how cloud services will operate with your existing enterprise is critical to working out how you will deploy identity and access management services. For Saas, CASB tools can offer adaptive and risk-based access controls. Next, control plane protection. Although the Cloud Administrative Management Console and API are public-facing, they need to be secured through strong access controls, and through effective entitlement controls that enforce separation of duties between different administrative functions to prevent management security issues. Next, data stored in cloud services needs protection. For Saas, data at rest is protected by the cloud provider. However, you will need to understand options and service choices. Additional in-transit data services like client-facing encryption and data loss prevention may be offered by CASBs. Paas Security will need to address all the areas for Saas, noting that options for data security may be more configurable, and more responsibility for the management of user entitlement may be handed to customers. Also, your responsibilities includes application security. Cloud security architects must ensure that application platforms are secured. This involves an application deployment lifecycle from development, where secure coding and configuration standards are likely to be needed, through build, with continuous testing to deploy with secured implementation pipelines. Next, ensure data stored in application platform services like native cloud storage will need to be explicitly protected. Next, network security is not an option for Paas. Of the three as-a-service delivery models, Paas can be perhaps the most perplexing for individuals intimately familiar with network-based security. Effective Paas security demands a shift in mindset away from network-based access controls and toward identity and role-based access controls. Identity, in fact, becomes the crucial perimeter. Moving on. Iaas Security takes the application and software needs listed for Saas and Paas. Note that, for Iaas, the cloud deployment is wholly the customer's responsibility above the virtualized. Because the deployment pattern is different, some of the tooling needed for Saas may not be appropriate for an Iaas deployment. Alternative and additional security tools may need to be selected, that includes data stored in virtualized infrastructure needs to be protected by use of database security and native cloud storage measures. Next, networking needs to be designed to provide efficient communications while assuring the bedrock of a layered defense. This includes security of communications to and from cloud interfaces, interconnection networking and layered virtual cloud zoning within the deployment. Implementing hardened and secured infrastructure workloads. This includes deploying infrastructure as code as part of a DevSecOps capability and continually enforcing security on the workload either by immutability, or by implementing additional security measures like cloud workload protection platforms. I hope the video was useful. Please subscribe to stay on top of all the upcoming videos. Thank you.